Hi, welcome to SBR Sports, but today is Monday, May 16th. I'm Peter Loshak, and next is Mike Brenner. We're joined by Jordan Sharp calling us via Skype remotely, and we're going to preview the Raptors and Cavs Eastern Conference Finals here. We'll see what Mike Brenner has to say about it. We'll see what Jordan Sharp has to say about it. I didn't do any research on this series at all because I just thought, why do I have to research this? They're going to get killed, right? What's there to research? I'm not going to research this. The Cavs are going to kill them, right? They're going to sweep them in 4 games, right? Maybe that is the best way to bet this. I mean, barring injury, right? If Kyrie Irving and LeBron James both get injured, then yeah, you lose your bet. But if they don't, how do the Cavs not sweep this in 4 games? Jordan Sharp, what do you think?
Yeah, it's going to be really tough without Jonas Valanciunas, especially because he doesn't look like he's close to coming back. And even though Bismack Biyombo has been really good filling in for this team, it is tough to see any other alternative than the Cavs winning in 4 or 5 games. I think maybe the Raptors can steal one at home. I think they did take 2 or 3 from them, but that is not the same Cavs team that we are looking at right now.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Brenner, I didn't do any research on this. The Cavs are going to kill him. Is there anything I'm missing?
They match up well with him even when Valanciunas is in there, okay? Now that he's out, and if he does come back in this series, he's going to be nowhere near 100%.
Right.
That ankle is still swollen considerably. They're going to feast on this team, but they got to pick their ways to do it. All right, again, Kevin Love, Irving, and LeBron James have played 15 playoff games together. They're 15-0.
Yeah.
Haven't lost one, 16-0, excuse me. Anyway, this team's focused. They're healthy. And you know what? I was thinking about it. Matthew Dellavedova, guys like that got thrust into the position last year because Irving went out and, of course, Love went out. All right, these guys are going to, when they come off the bench, they're already going to have this experience, and that's going to bode well. And that's what Toronto absolutely doesn't have. I mean, they're now, they have journeyed into where they've never been before. All right, unfortunately for them, it's going to be a short trip. They're going to be heading home. They're out of their league, even if the Big V was in there.
And as far as betting value is concerned, actually, at Pinnacle, I have some Pinnacle odds here. The Cavs are minus 1,300 to win the series. The Raps are plus 894.
Yeah,
that's not really bettable.
They ought to be plus 89,000.
Right, yeah. But you can have the Cavs minus 1.5 games, which means that basically they win the series in 4, 5, or 6. That's just minus 370.
Wow.
Right.
That's value written all over it.
Yeah, the only way.
Again, the only thing that can change any of this, you guys, and I know, is injuries.
Right.
Is injuries, and that is the unforeseen thing. But I think that they are so focused and healthy and waiting, and I'm telling you, this is when LeBron shines. This is when Coach James takes over this team, which he's already done. He's hitting 52% right now. This guy is just on top of his game.
I mean, they're going to get killed.
Yeah. Well,
it's like, is there any research that you did that you think can shed light on anything
not at all.
aside from they're going to get killed?
No, the other research that I did that just confirms what you just said is also the fact that now Toronto made it past, that next step. They got to the next step, and guess what? I think they quenched their thirst. And I think they're just, hey, we made it this far. We're done. They can blame it on the injuries. We're done.
Know they're
DeMar
not
DeRozan's thumb is still not right. This team is still the Toronto Raptors. So, ooh, wow, I can't wait for this one to start up.
They got a nice win over the Heat. If they get swept, they're not going to be embarrassed. They're probably going to just come in here and be like, we're not even going to try.
I'm thinking about flying to Vegas tomorrow. I'm flying next week, but I'm thinking about leaving early and just pounding that bookie early on this series.
To sweep, right? So. Jordan Sharp, I wasn't able to find any lines on the Cavs to sweep, but at Pinnacle, they did have the Cavs minus 1.5 games, minus 370. Is there any way that Toronto brings us to 7 games?
I sincerely doubt it. I am looking at some odds right now from Sky Bet, though. It looks like Cavs are plus 200 to sweep this series. So
plus
as you can see,
sweep?
the books think there is a very
kidding
good
me.
chance.
Thank you.
Yeah,
hey, do you have an account there? Because if you do me a favor. Drop 2 dimes on that now, and I'll send it as soon as I walk out of the studio. Holy
I do not.
cow.
I wish I did.
Well, hey, Jordan,
like
I just don't know. I even think if Love or Irving got hurt, I still think they could dominate this series.
Right.
But I think they're not overlooking this team because they're too veteran to not do that, but they do see that they have a chance to capture this whole deal this year. A dangerous team right here, I'm telling you.
Wow. Yeah, so we'll see what the odds are when Pinnacle opens them for a Cavs
plus
sweep.
200.
I don't think it's going to be plus 200, but it's probably still going to be a slight underdog line.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
I'm amazed at that. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, baby, it's NBA basketball time. I love it.
The problem is there's just nothing really to talk about in this video because they're just going to kill him. I guess we can talk about, what do you think about ATS? I mean, the game one odds, I saw it come out. I was like, what's the line going to be, 15, 16? Came out at 10.5.
Yeah, well,
I bet that.
Yeah, of course. And I think it's going to move. I think it's going to move significantly within a point or a point and a half until tomorrow. So, Jordan, any thoughts on that? You think that full game line is going to move? And do you see that adjusting massively after the game one results?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I think maybe the first half may be a pretty good value, too, because I think we're underestimating the fact that the Cavs have only played 8 playoff games and the Raptors have played 14 in basically the same time frame. And the two straight 7-game series, that is going to show all they have to do is lock down DeRozan or Lowry, one of the two. They have very, very little scoring outside of that.
Yep.
The Cavs are playing so good on offense that it's going to be a bloodbath, guys. I'm with Pete. There's really not much else I can say about this.
Nothing really to talk about.
I think we just need to stop this video. All three of us just meet up in Vegas and let's just laugh this one the whole way through.
We could talk about how the Cavs are going to kill him for 40 minutes.
But
or
you know
we could end
what?
the
You
video
know what
now.
I love, and I mean this. If something happened, a fluke of whatever, and Toronto won, you know what? I'd still stand up here smiling. I'd say, it was a fluke. What's next?
I mean, unless injuries, which as we saw, it can happen with Curry.
Of course, it could.
Not likely, but it could happen. But I'm thinking the best way to bet this is, I mean, if you can get plus 200 on a sweep,
now that's
got to be the
amazing.
best way to bet it. If you want to play it safe,
Good
maybe take the
research,
Cavs
Jordan.
at minus 370, minus 1.5. I think that's a great bet too.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
have a feeling that the betting markets, that the betting public's going to know this. The books might get burned pretty bad here on Cavs series money.
And I think they know that, and that's the beauty for them of being a book because they never lose in the end. But yeah, they know there's going to be a pouncing taking place. I believe. I mean, it would shock me majorly if Toronto had a whole lot left in the tank to give a fight in this series.
All right, well, I think we can wrap this video up. To sum up, Cavs are going to kill him. Mike Brenner and Jordan Sharp, thanks so much for your insights.
Hey, let's all meet in Vegas. Go place these bets now.
Let's go. Hop on a plane.